back at Mompracem.
Huh? It looks like... It is! It's them! Yeah. Attention, everyone! Our ships have sailed into view! Sandokan's back! Let's go give them a proper welcome! The last one down to the docks is a rotten egg! Yeah. Who's the wise guy? Hey, wait for me! Wait up, everyone! Hey! Ahoy there! Welcome back to Mompracem!
Thanks for the rousing welcome, fellas. Now stand back, because the courageous crew of the Mariana is coming ashore!
Hey, look, man, there's Sandokan. It's good to have you back, sir. Are my eyes playing tricks on me, or is that Baron William, our sworn enemy, standing on the deck beside you, sir? Yeah, that's him, all right. And Lord James is standing right on the other side. Shouldn't those two be in the brig?
No, they're our friends. They've come for the big wedding.
Hey, look, there's Mariana! And Yañez and Surama!
Sailors, this is a day for celebration. For today, we shall hold a double wedding. I'll marry Mariana, and Yañez will be marrying Surama.
Needless to say, men, you're all invited. It's going to be the biggest celebration the island of Mompracem has ever seen.
Oh, and we have a surprise for you. Show them, San Guillonk.
Aye, aye.
Is it really him, Sandokan?
It sure is, men. We've captured our treacherous foe, James Guillonk, the so-called Raja of Sarawak. Jurubatal, I'm counting on you to decorate this whole fort for the big double wedding.
A little higher on your side, Patan. Careful, Malco, your end's too low.
I'm doing the best I
Is
can.
this all right?
No, how am I supposed to decorate a whole fort in one day with no one to help me but a bunch of ham-handed sailors? Everything has to be perfect, understand? It's all wrong. Malco, your side is much too high.
First it was too low, and now it's too high. Make up your mind, Jurubatal, because I'm not planning to stay here all day.
All right, let's get it straight this time. Patan, I want you to raise your end a little lower. And as for you, Malco, I want you to drop your end about 6 inches higher. Hey, who turned out the lights? Oh, come on, guys, this isn't funny.
Lying down on the job, Jiro?
Where are the others?
They've probably gone to change for the wedding, and I think you'd be well advised to do the same.
Aye, Yañez.
Thank you for showing us around the fort, Crackers. After all these years of trying to take it by force, it certainly is strange to be here as an honored guest, and I must say, I like it much better this way. Well, Baron William, life is full of funny surprises, eh, what?
Very funny indeed, Lord James.
Now that the Raja can't stir up any more trouble, I'm sure we'll get along fine. Ooh, speaking of the Raja, here comes his Imperial Gallant now.
Lord James, my dear old friend, I can take a joke as well as the next tyrant, but don't you think this has gone on for long enough? Come on now, tell these low-life pirates to let me go. This rope is giving my royal wrists a nasty rash. Well, I'm waiting. You know I'm a wealthy man. Anyone who helped me to regain my liberty would be well rewarded for his efforts. I don't have to say any more than that, now do I?
No, siree. You don't have to say another word, because nobody here is going to listen to you anyway. Come on, Lord James. I'll show you the quarters you'll be sharing with the Baron. They may not be quite as luxurious as you're used to, but they're clean and comfortable.
Coming, Crackers!
See you later then, my lord. As for you, James Guillonk, your days of passing yourself off as royalty are over. You're nothing but a common crook.
How dare you address a Raja like that, you outlaw!
No, you're the outlaw. I was there when you betrayed my father, the true king of Sarawak. You're a ruthless fake, and you know it.
You have no proof, Sandokan. It's your word against mine, and the world will believe me.
I'll find a way to prove you wrong, and meanwhile, I'm having you locked in the brig.
Well, if you must lock me up, can I at least have a say about which building you put me in? For instance, that one over there looks nice. I'm sure it would make a cozy little home for me.
Not a chance, Brooke. That's where we keep our weapons. Besides, we have a nice, secure brig reserved just for you. Take him away, San Guillonk.
Come on, let's go.
Just be grateful we don't treat you the way you treat your prisoners.
That trunk's full of fine silks. We got it from a raid against the Raja.
Hey, we could wear these to the wedding.
Good idea, San Guillonk. See anything that'll fit me?
Not yet. Huh. Aha! Here you go, Patan.
Wow.
This royal robe looks perfect for you.
It's perfect.
Right, Patan. Yeah.
If you think Patan's robe is nice, wait till you see the one I've just dug out of the trunk for myself. What do you think, fellas? Pretty impressive, isn't it?
It sure is. See anything in there for me?
Sure.
Say, if you run across anything in a size 2 extra short, you can't imagine how hard it is for me to find clothes that fit.
Baron, this is our storeroom for captured treasure.
I see your men are picking out clothes for the wedding. May I join them? Huh? To be honest, I've never really liked my officer's uniform. I'd much rather dress up like a pirate for your wedding, Sandokan. You see, I only joined the army to make my mommy happy, but in my heart, all I've ever wanted to be is a buccaneer like you.
Uh-huh. Did I just hear what I think I heard?
I should have known. It was Yañez in disguise.
I'm sorry, but I couldn't resist the temptation to trick you all. I had you going there, didn't I? You certainly did. Why, I was just getting ready to shake the Baron by the hand and admit that I'd been wrong about him all along. How about you, sir?
No, I wasn't taken in. You see, Patan, the real Baron will never be our friend.
Baron, I've never seen you like this. What's wrong with you?
To tell you the truth, Lord James, I can't get used to the idea that Lady Mariana is throwing me over for a ruffian like Sandokan. It simply doesn't make sense. He's nothing but an ill-bred pirate, while I have books, money, excellent social connections, and I know how to eat peas with a fork.
I know you're disappointed, Baron, old boy, but you might as well be a good sport. Mariana has made her choice, and it wasn't you. Besides, whatever you may think of Sandokan, I quite like the man.
Yes, so I see, my lord. But that only proves what a devious character he is. He's managed to fool even you.
He didn't fool me. He saved my life when the Diakos were trying to barbecue me, remember? That's more than you've ever done.
You speak like that to me? Well, Lord James, I'm not going to waste my breath any longer. It's obvious you and Mariana have both been taken in by that posturing pirate. My years of loyalty mean nothing to you.
This is the place, man. The fortress of Mompracem. I just hope we aren't late for the wedding, huh?
You mean weddings, Retlaw? There are gonna be 2 of them.
That's right. Yañez is marrying Surama at the same time as Sandokan gets hitched to Mariana. This is gonna be great.
It sure is, and there'll be plenty to eat, because we've brought enough fish to feed an army. Lord James's army, that is. Well, fellas, I hope your ties are straight, because we're going in.
Hey, what are you doing? I'll straighten my own tie, thank you.
That sounded like a cannon being fired.
Battle station!
This is awful. Someone must be attacking the island.
Sandokan, come quickly! We're under fire!
This could be bad, Sandokan. It sounds like an all-out attack.
Huh? That's no attack. Just as I suspected, it's my friend Tremalnik and his crew, and the cannon fire is just their way of saluting us.
They must have come for the wedding, but how'd they hear about it?
Easy. We fishermen told them about it. Can we join the party?
Why, of course you can. We'll open the front gate for you right away.
Hello, Baron William. Lovely day for a wedding, isn't it?
It's gonna be a long day. Everyone's so cheerful, it makes me sick, and all 'cause Sandokan's marrying my fiancée.
Oh, Baron. I just wanted you to know how happy I am that you're coming to the wedding. Everything's worked out for the best. Isn't this a wonderful day?
Wonderful isn't the word, my dear Lady Mariana.
I'd better get dressed for the ceremony. See you later, Baron.
Listen to her laughing happily after she's thrown me over so she can marry my worst enemy. I'm not going to stand by while that pirate humiliates me. Lord James would be furious if he knew what I was doing, but he doesn't know. And that's how I like it.
Nah! And I was wondering when you'd finally get here. You're my kind of man, Baron, and you'll be well rewarded for this. Now hurry up and open up the cell. We'll steal a rifle, knock off Sandokan, then escape in the confusion. What are you waiting for? Open up before someone spots you.
No, Raja, I just can't go through with it. I still have a little honor left. I won't release you. I detest Sandokan as much as you do, but I am not going to stoop to sneaking around like a common criminal to do him in. On the other hand, if you can figure out a way to escape and do the job yourself, that's no fault of mine. The keys are on that hook. The rest is up to you.
I want to thank you all for being here today as Yañez and I prepare to marry our true loves. This will be a memorable celebration.
We wouldn't have missed it for the world, Sandokan.
My friends, I'd like to propose a toast, if I may, to a great leader.
To Sandokan! Thank you. I don't have to tell you how much it means to me to have you all here. We've had some pretty amazing adventures together.
We certainly have. For instance, do you remember the first time we attacked Kinbaloo? You were wounded in the fighting, Sandokan. After drifting on the ocean for days, you washed up on the island of Labuan. It was there, disguised as a prince, that you first met the woman that you're marrying today.
Prince Sama, I'd like you to meet my niece, Lady Mariana.
That was also where you met Baron William for the first time.
You very nearly beat me that day, Baron. It could have gone either way. I was just lucky.
Well, I can remember times when luck had nothing to do with it. We outsmarted him.
Crackers, the Baron's our guest.
He's our guest now. But he wasn't our guest when he came here looking to capture us. Remember that, Sandokan?
I've got you.
But when he stormed the fort, there was a surprise waiting for him.
You're mine, Sandokan. Now, are you going to come quietly, or do I have to...
Yep, he'd been fooled by a dummy.
Baron, come back.
Let him go, Sandokan. You see, he doesn't like it when he's made to look silly, especially by those he calls common pirates.
You got to admit it was funny.
Of course, Baron William wasn't the only enemy we had to deal with. We also had to face the Diakos a few times, right, Crackers?
Men, our friend Tremalnik needs our help against the Diakos. Attack!
And don't forget the battle we fought against Suyodama and his gang of evil thugs.
This time, Suyodama, you and your henchmen have met your match.
I don't think so, pirate.
I'll never forget that battle. By winning it, we were able to rescue Tremalnik's daughter from Suyodama, and I met Surama, the woman that I'm now going to marry.
Cheers!
This is the day we've been waiting for. We've seen more than our share of dangerous situations, but we always stuck together, and today, at last, we can celebrate.
Malco's right. Our troubles seem to be over at last. Now it's time to prepare for the ceremony.
Just a moment, Sandokan, old chap. All this talk of battles and dangers has reminded me of an astounding adventure that I had when I was a young man. Let me tell you all about it. I assure you that it won't take very long. It's the story of the time when I faced 30 enraged buffaloes armed only with a pocket knife.
Lord James, why don't you tell it after the win?
Nonsense, Captain Collins. Can't you see these fellows are on the edge of their seats? They want to hear it right now. It all started in the dense jungle not far from the governor's mansion in Labuan. I was strolling by the riverbank when I saw a tail move in the underbrush. Ooh.
I've hooked the keys. Now all I have to do is reel them in. I always knew I was clever, but this time I've outdone myself. Using my turban was a stroke of sheer genius. Oh, happy day. Now that I've got these keys, I'll slip out of here, knock off Sandokan, then make my getaway. I am brilliant. To think those lowlifes actually believe they can hold me. They'll pay for their impertinence. Oh, right.
Enough is enough. I'm not going to stay here and be laughed at by a bunch of pirates. Huh? That dinghy will be what I take to get out of here.
Well, that took care of the 7th buffalo, but there were still 23 of them, and they looked angry. Things were getting dicey.
Perhaps we could skip the rest.
Heavens, no! We are just coming to the most exciting part of the story. You see, I'd spotted a log in the water. At least I thought it was a log.
There's the shed where they keep all their weapons, and there's no one guarding it. What luck! This rifle should do nicely. Now all I have to do is find a nice quiet spot to shoot from. Then I'll turn Sandokan's wedding into a funeral. Nah!
Well, I hadn't finished with him yet. Oh, no. I caught him with a sharp left jab, and then he went down. And that was it. I'd beaten all 30 of the beasts.
You mean you're finished? Boy, am I glad.
Yeah, I think we all are.
Want to hear about the time I faced 50 headhunters?
Maybe after the ceremony, Lord James. I'm afraid there isn't time right now. Yañez and I have to change for the wedding.
How about you, Collins? Would you like to hear about them?
Sorry, Lord James. I've got to wash my hands. Maybe later.
Boy, am I ever happy that's over. Lord James is a nice guy, but he's incredibly boring.
Now, Crackers, remember he is Mariana's uncle.
That's right. Besides, if it hadn't been for him, we might never have succeeded in putting that James Brooke behind bars.
As soon as I find Sandokan, he's finished.
I don't know how you got out of your cell, Brooke, but you're going back in. Oh!
Baron William!
Don't just lie there, Raja. Get up. We have to escape.
Certainly, but first, I'll take care of Sandokan. Give me the rifle.
No, don't be a fool. If we try to do him in, we'll be caught. We must get away. Come with me. Hurry.
That feels better.
Shamina can't wait for the ceremony to begin.
Will there really be 2 grooms and 2 brides?
That's right, dear.
Hey, I just had an idea. No wedding is complete without music. Why don't my men play their guitars during the ceremony?
Great idea. I'll show you where to set up your instruments.
Let me join you, Patan. You may need a hand. You know, last-minute details and all.
Well, Lord James, the ceremony will start soon. I hope you're still willing to give away the bride.
I certainly am. Why, Huh?
We have a visitor. This fellow just arrived in a dinghy. He's looking for Lord James.
At last I found you.
Don't cling to my trousers, man. You'll wrinkle them.
Who is this fellow, your lordship?
He's the clerk from the records office. But what he's doing here, I couldn't tell you. What are you doing here?
I've brought you the information you instructed me to get, my lord.
Information? What information?
The history of the royal family of Kimbaloo and the background of the Raja of Sarawak, sir. It's all right there in black and white.
What's this?
After one of my run-ins with the Raja, I began to suspect that he was a fraud. So I checked.
And sure enough, the Raja is a fraud, just like you suspected, Lord James. The only man with a rightful claim to the throne of Sarawak is Sandokan.
I should have known!
All right, the rope's secure. Start climbing down.
No, if it's all the same to you, Baron, I'd rather not. You see, I'm terrified of heights, so why don't we just stay right here?
I'll count to 3, then I'm going to push you. 1, 2.
No, right, here I go. Geronimo! Baron, I've been spotted. There's a pirate directly below me. He's going to capture me. Do something!
Go get him, Raja. Nicely done.
Very funny, Baron. It's a lucky thing that pirate didn't move before I landed on him, or I'd have bruised myself, and I hate bruises.
Calm down. We took care of the pirate. That's the main thing. Now, come on. Our getaway vessel's waiting on the beach.
Well, Sandokan, these documents prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that you are the true king of Sarawak, as you've always claimed. I guess I owe you an apology. If I had listened to you all along, I'd have saved you and myself a great deal of trouble.
There's no point in regretting what's past. The important thing is you now know the truth. I, not James Brooke, am the rightful king of Sarawak. And now that Brooke's lies have finally been revealed, let's pledge to be friends and allies from now on. Do you agree, Lord James?
Yes, if you forgive my past foolishness.
Certainly.
For heaven's sake, Crackers, get a grip on yourself.
I can't help it. I always cry at weddings.
Say, Malco, have you seen Baron William?
No, Patan, but I can't say I'm surprised. He's probably off sulking somewhere because Mariana chose Sandokan over him.
No, my tummy's rumbling. I could go for a dozen broiled chickens right now.
Sorry, no chickens here. But don't worry, Raja. You can take your mind off your hunger by plotting the evil things you'll do to Sandokan when you get the chance. And you won't be alone, for I intend to be right beside you on that glorious day when Sandokan pays for all the trouble he's caused. We may be down, Raja, but we're not out, and we'll be back with a vengeance.
Huh? Is everyone ready?
Yes.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered today to celebrate two weddings. Yañez and Surama on this side. And Sandokan and Mariana over here. Now, if I wanted, I could tell you how wonderful these four are, but you already know all that. So I'll skip the mushy stuff and get down to business. Yañez and Sandokan, do you take Surama and Mariana to be your lawful wedded wives to love and to cherish in fair sailing and foul for as long as you both shall live?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Fine, 2 down, 2 to go. Surama and Mariana, do you take Yañez and Sandokan to be your lawful wedded husbands to love and to... Hey, quiet back there! To love and to cherish in fair sailing and in foul for as long as you both shall live?
Yes, I do. I do.
Then by the authority vested in me as a ship's captain, I now pronounce you husbands and wives, Yañez and Surama, and Sandokan and Mariana. Well, that's it, everybody. They're hitched.
I'm so happy.
So am I.
I'm a sentimental old bird.